This is health content. We cannot afford to come here and rant things that don't make sense. It shall be a mess. You can imagine all of you here who are trusting me with this information. If tomorrow I come here and I market a supplement that is actually toxic to you all. Imagine I come and market a supplement to you, specifically to the women. This one is going to enlarge your hips. This one is going to boost the sperm count in your man. This one is going to make your your cookie very sweet. Now I give you that supplement and you take it and your skin tomorrow total boils. It's like a plague. So it's then it is Moses' time. Now you have plague. You have these boils all over. And it's not happening to you alone. It's happening to somebody else who you know. So this supplement is actually implicated in that problem. You can imagine how weird it can get. Because if I market that supplement here, how many of you will buy? And this is the reason why all of us are being suffocated in wrong healthcare. Nowadays, I can easily see you guys tagging me in a video. That's a beautiful thing. Like you tag me in a video that you think this one is not making sense to me. You're there, I'm there, and I'll be there to respond to you. If you have to make those do it and just whip those people, we'll be there to whip them. So thank you so much for tagging me. Thank you so much. I hope that you can, if I can accommodate all of you in those 2 weeks, we just have these conversations about health. A pleasure. But I hope someday we get to do some conferences in every town so that we can educate the masses about this. That will be a beauty, right? But again, with your support, that is very possible. I'll be here to remind you every single day. I repeat, anytime you walk into a supermarket, I'll be there shouting, no seed oils. Every time you're trying to look for the seed oil that has an offer, this offers, I'll be there to say no seed oils. Every time you're going to pick that potato crisps, to pick that popcorn, I'm like, no simple carbohydrates. Anytime you're going to open a fridge and you're reading that yogurt that is written on 100% natural, pre and probiotic, I'm there, hey, yogurt is pasteurized. Avoid milk, avoid salt. Anytime you're reading that soda, rich in tangawizi and vitamin C, I'm like, hey, soda does not have tangawizi. Anytime you're looking for the new brand of wheat flour, I'm there, I'm saying, no, avoid wheat in all forms. Anytime you're looking at the shelf that has those fruits that have been sprinkled with water to look fresh, I'm there telling you, fruits have fructose. And the sad story is, I saw a post on an apparently diabetic wall that has 101,000 followers. Apparently, 50% of these people could be diabetic. And these guys are telling people that honey is natural sugar and honey is good for diabetics. So they are even saying that the glycemic index of fructose is lower than glucose. What is glycemia? What is glycemia? Ladies and gentlemen, if I have high fructose, let me say I eat a lot of bananas, then I end up absorbing a lot of fructose in blood. Do you think I'll take a fructose test or a glucose test? So glycemia is high glucose in blood. Hello? That's why it is hyperglycemia. So glucose in blood is actually glycemia. Gly for glucose, cemia for blood. Glycemia, glucose in blood. So how does fructose come in contact with that? How does fructose make sense in the glycemic index? Don't we have a fructose index? So they are saying that fructose is healthy because it does not spike insulin. Of course, fructose cannot spike insulin because it's not glucose. So how then do you convince me that glucose and fructose is safer because it does not spike insulin? It was not designed to spike insulin. But in the long run, fructose is going to spike the same insulin indirectly. Ask me how. And before you ask, I'm already answering it. Fructose is converted to triglycerides, which are called fats. These are the fats that you people confuse with cholesterol. So it will be converted to fats, and the liver will send these fats into the system. You start having high triglycerides in blood. That is a problem to you. Number two, as you continue eating that fructose, that honey, thinking that it's natural sugar, your liver does not know natural and synthetic. Your liver will take fructose into a fructose metabolic pathway. It will break it to give you fats. It will take glucose into a glucose metabolic pathway. So it does not know you took table sugar, which has fructose and glucose. No, it doesn't know that is table sugar. It knows glucose, it knows fructose. Your liver does not know this sugar is coming from an industry or this is coming from sugarcane. No, it knows this is fructose. Therefore, I will process fructose in this direction. I'll process glucose in this direction. So when you talk about glycemic index, glucose has to be a reference. When you tell us that fructose is the healthy sugar, fructose is causing fats in the system. Fructose is the one that is going to be converted to these fats. And since the liver does not know how to store fats, but you keep on bringing in the fruits and the honey, it will end up storing the fat. That is a fatty liver disease. Fructose is the number one cause of fatty liver disease. And a fatty liver is actually the cause of insulin resistance. What do we mean by insulin resistance? We cannot utilize insulin. Therefore, in blood, insulin is going up and glucose is going up. Now, you see how it is spiking insulin later on in life? So you avoided it here because it cannot spike insulin directly as glucose. But you see later on, it has spiked the insulin even more than glucose. So who told you fructose is safe? Diabetics should stay away from fructose. Sugar in all forms, including fruits and honey. That is a diabetic wall, for heaven's sake. This is a diabetic wall, and it's actually calling itself a pharmacy also. So they are selling medication for diabetes. They are selling equipment for testing blood sugars. They are selling all these things that involve diabetes. Don't be surprised. They will be importing equipment for dialysis. They will be importing spectacles and the lenses. They will be importing even kidneys for transplant. They are the ones who are importing the adsorbent gauze for cleaning the wounds for diabetes and that dressing for those wounds. They are bringing in the antiseptics for dressing the same wounds. They are bringing in honey. They're actually using that post to market honey. And they will give you honey. You get diabetes, you get to the diabetic foot. They'll give you the same honey to clean that wound, that diabetic wound. If you are my follower, you have 3 eyes. And one is the most important eye, the one that I'm opening right now. That's the most important. Think. Don't go there. Please question this. Tag me in those posts. I'll whip them. Where did we go wrong? Am I preaching anything? But I don't have to preach anything to everybody. But you who is here, share it to those people who matter to you. Those who want to board that vehicle with you, let them board it with you. Those who don't want to board it, let it be so.